How do I get rid of lust? The answer is very simple. Change your perspectives. Lust is a problem of perspectives. The reason you're full of lust is because of your mindset. Your perspective is the way you see things, the way you see life. Your own view of life, of godliness. Your own view, how you see it, is based on your perspectives that you are lustful. Everybody is who he is today because of the way you see things. Yes. If you see an unknown creature in front of you, people may interpret it in different ways. Some will say an alien, others will say demons, some will just claim they are hallucinating. It's perspectives. So when you look at someone lusting after, you have this problem of lust. And when I'm talking about lust, I'm not just referring to sexual lust. There are three kinds of lust in the Bible. In 1 John 2, verses 15 to 17, we see very clear the lust of the flesh, that is sexual lust, or any lust that gratifies the flesh. That is sexual lust. We have gluttony, we have you love sleep and all this pleasure. That's sexual lust. That is lust of the flesh. We have lust of the eyes, and we have the pride of life. That is assurance in your material possessions. Lust of the eyes here is greed. These are the three kinds of lust. So I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about all kinds of lust. You want to correct that, change your perspective. How do you see money? How do you see what's your view on life? What's your view on material possessions? What's your view on sex? What's your view on marriage? How do you see the opposite gender? You first of all have to learn your perspective. You have to understand how you see things. Then you can understand where the problem is coming from. Because lust must have a stronghold to stand on. And this stronghold is your perspective. You can never break free from lust by prayer. You can never break free from lust by fasting. That's why many people are suffering with lust, even as ordained ministers of God. They pray, they fast, they engage in various spiritual exercises, but they're still suffering. They're still struggling with lust. They are having a hard time to be calm. Sexual lust, material lust, greed, assurance in your wealth, pride. You're dealing with all these things. But when you actually change your perspective, lust disappears instantly. I'm going to explain. What's the perspective that creates sexual lust? The perspective of sexualizing people. When you see people as sexual objects rather than human beings with value that should be respected, with gifts that should be developed or harnessed. When you only see people as sexual objects, when you objectify people, lust for sex comes in. Not just sex, lust for anything sensual, or gluttony or drunkenness. How do you see alcohol? Do you see alcohol as a medicinal drug or as a beverage to just while away time and get drunk? How do you see women? Do you see women as cheap tools that you can exploit sexually? You want to touch them, you want to caress them, you want to have your way with her. Is that how you see women? If that's how you see women, you always lust after women. But if you see women as human beings, if you stop sexualizing their body parts, and you begin seeing women as human beings with talent and gifts that should be developed and harnessed, with inherent value that should be respected, that women are not your objects. You can't just touch them anyhow. You can't just say anything to women. You can't just do anything you want with women. Same goes for men. Men are not success objects. Men are not sex objects. So it's your perspective now. You correct your perspective. So it'd be very easy. Okay, it'd be very easy for you. How do you see money? Do you see money as a tool you should use in life, as one of the tools available? Or do you see money as an achievement? And the way money is being portrayed in our culture today, in our society today, money is like an achievement. Money has been raised beyond the level it's supposed to be. People are now dying for money. Money is paper. I hope you know money has no value. Money is only valuable because you place value on money. Not even you, the government. The day the government says that this money ceases to be legal tender, I don't care how much of it you have, it becomes useless. So what's your perspective on money? Do you see money as just one of the tools made available for business? There are other tools you can use to transact business apart from money. Trade by barter is still a tool today. You exchange this for this. Relationships is also a currency. By virtue of your interaction with people, you can have access to things that money could have bought. Okay? Based on your relationship is also a currency. Okay? Your authority is also a currency. Based on your authority that you command, your leadership role, you can get things that money should have gotten for you. There are other tools out there you can use to live this life successfully. There are other ways to get food than buying them with money. You can grow a farm, a garden, and eat, feed through your garden. There are many ways. Okay, you can go and hunt. Go to the forest and hunt for animals if you don't want to buy them. God created all the livestock for food, for our food. But when you see money as some achievement that you must get it, if you don't have all the money you can have in this life, you'll not achieve a lot. Then you see people now going crazy for paper. We sell our precious material resources, minerals, for paper. You see that? And you see that it costs money to produce money. I've asked this question before. If our countries produce money, why don't they just produce as much money as we need? Why is money scarce? And that's when you realize that it costs money to print money. So money is regulated. The value of money is determined by the government, not by you. So you are wasting your life chasing after what is not valuable. It's paper anyway. But if you don't see money in the right manner as just being one of the tools available that you can use whenever you wish, not as an achievement that you struggle and kill and do everything to get, just to have the name that I have enough money. That perspective of money being an achievement is what creates greed. That what creates greed. That what makes you greedy. Your perspective, how do you see money? How about the pride of life, the assurance in your earthly possessions? You feel that you have money, then you can have a better life. Listen, your abundance of riches does not signify that you have a better life. This is how I see material possessions. Everything is a tool. Apart from human beings, everything else is a tool that I should use to make my life simpler and easier. Apart from my fellow human beings, we are supposed to love people and use money, but now we love money and use people to get it. That's the problem. And we feel that because we have money, you feel that your assurance, your protection is in your ability to harness money. Because you have the skill, you can get money anyhow, anywhere you want. You have mansions. You think you are secure because your mansions are made sturdy like a fortress. You feel no harm can get to you in your mansions. Listen, people don't have to come at your houses with guns in order for them to kill you. There are many ways to kill people. There are many ways people have been killed. What of your cook? Can your cook poison you? You see that? Your assurance will only be in God. In fact, human beings don't even need to kill you for you to be killed. Spirits can invade your house and kill you. You sleep and don't wake up. You sleep and you sleep. You just go to the beyond. You stand before God. And people wake up in the morning and you're dead. Demons can invade that house because you keep bodyguards. You think if people want to kill you, they cannot kill those bodyguards and still kill you. See, this assurance in your possessions, in your riches, it's because of your perspective. Look at the perspective that Job had. Very rich. Job said, at the point where he had his lows in life, Job said, naked I come, naked I go. That's the perspective. When you have this perspective, your assurance in life's possessions vanish. You can have the money. Now you use the money to help people. You use the money to make life better for yourself and for your fellow human beings. That is the purpose of wealth. Because you know, I am not going to carry anything I have on earth to the grave. I'm going to be buried empty, the same way I came empty. All the money I'm piling up, other people will use them. My children who may not even know how I labored to work for that money will begin to enjoy them by inheritance. And according to Ecclesiastes, who knows if your children will be wise men or fools? How are you sure that your wealth will last after you die? They may squander it. They may waste it. So when you have this mindset, there's nothing. No matter what I have, it's a tool. Like you use your money to build houses. People rent, they pay you. Use the money, open stores. People rent. You are helping people. You put boreholes, you put pipe-borne water for people. Even if you are doing it as a business, you are helping people. Even if you are selling them the water, it's help. Something does not have to be free to be helpful. If you put a bridge in a community and people have to pay to cross, it's still something. Yes, people are looking for healthcare provision. You provide healthcare facilities and they have to pay for hospital bills. You've helped them. It doesn't have to be free. You use your money in making life better for people. Put street lights. Some may be free, some may be business, but you just make life better, because at the end of the day, everybody is going to die and leave everything you owned. That's the perspective. It is your perspective. So when you have such perspective, you can never be greedy, you can never be sexually lustful, you can never be a glutton, you can never be a drunkard, because there's no gain in all these things. That's the perspective. That perspective doesn't make you broke. It does not. It's not poverty mentality. Poverty mentality is something else. This is how you deal with lust. Change your perspective. Stop glorifying money. There are many people who have money but do not have peace. The most precious things in life cannot be bought. The Bible said a good night's sleep cannot be bought. It's the gift of God. Many people are rich but can't sleep. They can't rest. They have mansions but don't live in them. They live in hotels. They pay bodyguards to protect them. And they pay them for the services. But people who don't even have enough money are walking around freely without fear of somebody coming to kill them. But they are rich and they are scared. So they live so secluded from the public. They only come out to make official statements, or they come out on social media. They can't walk on the streets like normal people walk on the streets. Nobody stopped them from walking on the street. They can walk on the street. They are people, they are human beings, but they can't. Because they don't have peace. You can't buy peace. They have money, but they're sick of cancers, hypertensions. You think being rich is it? There are many things money cannot do. Money cannot bring health. That's why every man's assurance should be in God. Not in your wealth, not in your riches, not even in yourself. Or because of your good looks. What if you lose it? What if you develop an illness and all that good looks vanish? What if you have an accident in future? Nobody prays for that, but it happens to people. What if it happens to you? What if there's a fire outbreak and your skin was burnt? You survived, but now you did not look beautiful anymore. Does that mean your life is over? No. You can still get married. You can still live a good life. Okay, what if you were deformed? Your hand was amputated, your legs were amputated for some reason, maybe to stop a disease that was spreading. Or you had a surgery. You're surviving on one kidney. Imagine if it happened to you. Does that mean you're not less of a human being? No. That's why every man's assurance should be in God. That I know God. I'm made in His image. And that God loves me despite whatever happens to me. Despite whatever happens, God still loves me. And I love God. I know God. I have a relationship with God. No matter what happens, I'm with God. The Apostle Paul said, whether in the body or out of the body, I am the Lord. Whether alive or dead, I belong to God. In the body, I live for God. Out of the body, I return to God. That's where my hope is. You have this kind of mindset. No lust. Lust is gone. You stop secularizing things. You stop carnalizing things. You stop sexualizing things. That's the problem. We sexualize a lot of things. So we see things through a sexual lens. That's why we can't. That's why lust is a very big problem. You've sexualized the buttocks of women. You've sexualized the breast of women. You've sexualized the chest of men. You've sexualized their muscles. Come on. That's why you cannot see a girl pass and your eyes are always fixed on her buttocks. Because you think it's so special. You have overplaced unnecessary significance on a woman's behind. That's why you cannot rest. I don't really see that. I don't really put significance on that. I don't care. Let's stop this nonsense. If your perspective change, if our perspectives change, then we see lust vanish from our societies. This is how you get out of lust.